Hey guys, Eric here with Moski Homebrew. Today we have the Avalon Bay Induction Cooktop model IC100B. It is an 1800 watt, 120 volt induction cooktop, and we're going to give you a quick overview on unboxing and a little bit of a temperature test coming up next. Two things I'd like to say before we get started on this review. Avalon Bay did send us the product. They did not pay us to say anything special about it, and they also gave us a discount code. If you type in Homebrew to buy a IC100B, you'll get 10% off. So we'll also link that in the description below. All right, now for the unboxing of the Avalon Bay. What's inside the box? $120 volts, 1800 watts. It's got a ceramic plate. It's got an exhaust vent on the side, so you want to make sure that this is on a hard surface so it can correctly ventilate and does not get overheated. Good enough. Let's go. All right, guys, so now we're in the garage. I've got the induction plate set up. I've got about 5 gallons, 4.5 to 5 gallons in the pot right now. Currently we're reading about 90 degrees on the water. Groundwater is a little bit warmer. I may have had it turned a little bit to the hot side more than the cold side from the faucet. And this is what I'm going to use to measure the electricity being used. It's called a kilowatt. Just got it off Amazon. It was like 10 or 15 bucks, I think. And I'm not sure how accurate it's going to be, but maybe it might give us an idea of what we're actually using here. So right now it's turned off. Turned on, it's easy as turning it on. And then you gotta select your function. You've got your wattage, so right now it's going through 1200 watts. You get your temperature control, and you can adjust all these values by turning the knob. You have a timed wattage. So if you do function, and then you have a timed temperature. So, going through that. Right now we're just going to try and cook it, warm it up as quickly as it can. So we're going to stick at 1800 watts and see how fast we can get this thing warmed up. Alright, so we've got 0 on the timer. Just going to use my iPad for now. We're going to hit on, hit function once, turn up to 1800, start the timer. And we started at exactly 92 degrees. And then we're going to stop the clock at 165. And that's time. We're at 166 almost right now. Almost to 166, and it took us 38 and about 8 seconds to get from, what was about 90, 92 up to 165, 166. So honestly, that's not too bad. As far as electricity goes, we're just under a kilowatt. So I'm going to show you, if you can read that, it actually says 0.94. What that actually equates to is about between 9 and 11 cents to warm up our strike and sparge water. The other part of this is if you're doing a small batch, this thing would be great for that. No propane at all. I can heat it up. It'll actually boil it also. Perfect. Next thing I want to do is turn the timer off. Try the temperature control. I want to see how that works. Obviously the temperature control, it can only measure the temperature where it's at on the bottom. So it may be warmer than what the thermometer above is reading. But if I can offset that and actually use it for a mash controller, that would be pretty interesting. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and bring it down to a mash temperature. See if I can control it at a good mash temp. I said mash temp like 10 times, but you get the point. So I had it set at 300 watts before, so I'm going to change it to temperature and see if I can get it. Oh, that does not adjust very fine. So the temperature control thing didn't quite go as planned. But I guess in reality it doesn't really matter because there's no reason I would need to control it at 140 or 195. Now, it does have the variable wattage, which I could see being very useful for the homebrew and doing the mash. Just get it up to temperature using the 1800 mash in and then drop it down just to sustain that temperature a little bit, and then turning it up when you need to increase or stabilize the temperature if it cools down anymore. But other than that, it actually warmed up the strike sparge water 166 degrees in, I want to say it was about 38 minutes. And that's not too bad. It cost us about 10 cents to do that. So sparge water 10 cents, strike water 10 cents, 20 cents instead of using your, I don't know, 10th of a propane tank or 15th of a propane tank. And then just the added fact that I can actually use that thing to do a small batch brew in a bag is phenomenal. I actually think that is going to be more the benefit out of that thing. It will save me a lot more in the long run. I don't know if I could actually boil a full batch, 5-gallon batch of beer in that thing. Maybe another test for another video. But today we just kind of ran out of time, and it is freaking hot outside, so I'm done. See you guys next time. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment if you have any questions. Feel free to ask them, and I'll try and get to them and answer them. And yeah, subscribe for more content. Hit that little bell for a notification each time we come out with a new video. And we'll see you guys next time. Cheers.